we're touring Salvation Army today with Allison.
Yes.
So she's gonna walk us through the building. We're gonna see what they're all about and enjoy ourselves a little bit. Come on, guys. we're in the Salvation Army doing all kinds of things.
We are. So over here is our Choice Food Pantry.
This is the Toys or
Choice
Food Pantry.
Yes. So.
Oh wow.
There's some of our employees.
Hello.
There's Bella and Carol. There's the walk-in freezer over there, so clients make appointments Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and emergencies on Monday and Friday.
Okay. And clients being
Anybody who is
who's in need. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Brenda oversees our
Hello.
Choice Pantry. So she deals firsthand with all of the clients.
Wow. How long have you done this?
So I've been here 7 years.
Oh wow. She's a veteran. She's like I know my
You
food
think
pantry.
that's a veteran? Carol, how long have you been here?
In the Goose Bay eggs.
55.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Did they give you a golden watch?
She
For
deserves
your
it.
service? No. That's because she's got a heart of gold. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, this is very cool.
Yeah, in conjunction with this, we also have a diaper bank. We're one of the first locations, right, in Stark County.
Oh.
When they started the diaper bank, right?
Yes.
So folks, when they come in, if they have little ones, they can get diapers and wipes as well as getting their
Yeah.
food.
Anybody in need.
Anybody in need.
That's amazing.
And we're honestly seeing now more than ever, kind of like in this post-COVID world,
Yeah.
that people who haven't been in need before, who have been financially stable,
Yeah.
are now finding themselves.
Yeah. It's been a hard time for
need.
everybody. Really.
Yeah.
Truly.
So there are folks that are coming in that are like, I've never needed this before, and we're like, that's okay. That's why we're here.
Yes, that's amazing.
We've been giving out coats also.
Check out these coats.
These were
whole
from
array of
United
coats.
Way. Yeah. We're getting some more from the Rotary this year. And then there's like scarves and hats and gloves and everything.
That's amazing.
And these
And
are
so
all
does
donated.
everyone donate? And are all these items new or?
Yeah. Everything over here has tags on
Okay.
it, or they were like hand.
Yeah.
Hand.
And so and just all kinds of people donate that stuff.
Yeah. And people come in and they're like, I need a coat for my kid. And then they just get one.
Awesome. They just get one.
They just get one.
Oh,
This is
that's
Hillary.
cool.
She's on the phone. She's
Say
our
hi to
social
Hillary.
service director.
Hi, Hillary.
So Hillary's job is to assist folks with rent and utility and like emergency housing.
Really?
Yes, and see.
We're just learning so much. We had no idea. We were like, do they just ring bells?
Yeah, I know.
Do they,
That's what most people think.
It's so like
Are we
how
a thrift store?
right? How cool!
Yeah.
So it's amazing. So
Yeah.
she helps people in need of
Rent, utilities, gas, electric, water, and then if folks are homeless and are in need of like emergency shelter, we work with a hotel, and so we put them up.
Very
for a few
cool.
nights,
Very
whatever.
cool.
Same thing here. Like we've seen just a crazy increase where we're using all of our allotted monthly government money, and then like our personal Salvation Army funds on top of that, because all the local agencies, they run out of their monthly funding like in the first week. So then people are like, I tried here, there's nothing left. And so we're just kind of getting like inundated with folks.
amazing.
So she's wonderful. She does a great job. She's been here for about a year.
We'll put her up here for this.
Yeah.
Like we'll send her a gift. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be a high five and a big
If she
hug.
gets off the phone, we'll come back because she is very well versed with it. This office is actually being used by HEAP on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is like the I don't know what it stands for. That's terrible.
okay. We can edit that
so
part out
they
too.
assist with please. They assist with water bills, light bills, like energy bills.
Okay. Like all the utilities.
Yeah,
things of
and
that
so
nature.
they're operating like a local unit out of here for Massillon, because they have an office in Canton, but a lot of folks don't have the transportation to get over to Canton. So they were like, can we kind of be like,
Can we be a
satellite?
consultant almost? Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's pretty
they're
cool.
here on Tuesdays and
Do you
Thursdays.
do that a lot typically? Like
During the winter.
Okay.
Keep is when like winter's activated because folks like with shut-offs and everything,
Yeah.
with the weather being cold. And so they run a program for assistance for that, so that folks don't have no heat for the winter,
I mean, it's
or
important.
no electricity
It
for the
seems like
winter.
it's important, right?
So they come in Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah,
as
well, that's
like
an
a
amazing thing,
satellite.
because that's a big thing that's taken for granted too. Is like
Yeah.
you don't even realize how important those things are until you can't pay that bill.
Yeah, and then the price of everything is just increasing.
Oh my gosh,
so
yeah, and none of our
people are-
paychecks are just
Yes,
the cost of
exactly.
everything else, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. So it makes
they're-
sense.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
these
cool.
are my husband and my office.
These are your
Child, yes, it's kind of messy.
So this is where
'cause
all
we're
the
good.
main business happens,
Oh
right?
yes,
This is
where
the
it
think
happens.
tank.
And my children. I have 3 daughters.
Oh, do you
Oh,
really?
yes.
And only one got to come to work.
Oh, lucky
man.
girl.
All right. This looks This
This
is
is
big.
our chapel. A lot of people don't know that the Salvation Army is a church, right?
Right.
When they hear Salvation Army, they think thrift store or bell.
Right.
But the Salvation Army was founded as a church first, and so we have Sunday services, we have weekly Bible study, we have kids programs, we have music programs for adults. So there's a lot that goes on.
Any tambourine playing?
Yes.
All right.
How do you
I'm
know
in.
that?
Well, I just saw the tambourine.
Well, you know, the Salvation Army does something called timbrels.
How do you know that?
No, I'm so serious. You can Google this. This is legit. The Salvation Army does something called timbrels, where they have a tambourine with like, like ribbon on it.
Sounds like
and
a
then
tambourine
they
I'd
like
be into.
they like do like a dance with it. I'm serious.
I know
Google
that
it.
'cause I do
It's
it.
gonna blow your
What
mind.
are you talking about? I do it
So
all
I was
the
like,
time.
how do you know what a timbrel
I do it with my
is?
dog.
So off of our chapel, we also have like a little cry room, for folks that have children that come to church. So they can still, so they can still like hear the service, but their kids can play. Or
So it's
they
not
can
if you
hear
need to
baby.
cry in the middle
Well,
of the
I mean,
service.
go for it.
Oh, okay. You guys want to be alone. We'll have a good cry.
Whatever floats your boat. In here, this was initially made as a computer room, but it is used for everything but that right now. We have a sewing and quilting class. And then we have a weekly music class for kids, and so they're learning beginner piano in
Oh,
here
that's
as well.
really cool. And is that free? Or-
Free.
That's amazing.
Everything that we offer.
You're teaching piano to
Piano?
just anybody that wants to learn?
Yeah.
Or just kids?
Children.
Oh,
Piano.
gosh, so I can't go. No, I'm just kidding.
Brass instruments, they're learning music theory, and then there's a drama class as well, and a chorus. So they come on Thursdays, and they get dinner, they do chorus, theory, and then they get to pick whether it's brass, piano, or drama.
Wow, that's so important.
Yeah.
Music makes people smarter, you know.
It's so true. There's a lot of studies.
It's so true. You heard it here. This is a dark room she's taking us into. Oh, not anymore.
You're good.
Not anymore.
So through here, this used to be her, but ignore that
It's
concept.
not a prayer room.
This is our little kids' room. For the little kids during church, the ones that aren't in the cry room, they come out here and they're able to just kind of play like halfway through the service. We take the
Okay.
kids out.
And what are your services again?
Sundays at 11.
Sundays at 11.
And then we have Sunday school at 10 before. Over here are some of our classrooms.
Classrooms. What are we teaching in our classrooms?
Lots of fun things. We use these for actually a lot of things. We use it for Sunday school. We use it for our women's group and our men's group, which
Okay.
meets tonight on Wednesday nights. We also host the Homeless Coalition for all the nonprofits, the homeless
Okay.
agencies, with Judge Elam. So we use this space for that.
Okay, cool.
And then we also host a nonprofit meeting for Massillon that meets quarterly. That's coming up soon, and so we use this for a lot
So
of
it's, I
different
mean, you
things.
do a lot in the community, just
Yeah,
lending the space out almost.
yeah, yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. Very
Yes.
helpful too. Salvation Army's all right, you know. I don't care what anyone says. I'll get this light for you.
Thanks. And we'll come this way before going that way. The building is built interestingly.
That's okay.
And then this is our kitchen. We do a food pantry. I mean, a soup kitchen. Sorry.
I was
Every
just saying, we went to the
Friday.
pantry.
Soup kitchen every Friday, as well as serving the kids dinner on
So
Thursdays.
every Friday you serve a meal,
Yeah.
and who do you serve that to?
Anybody that
Who
comes
knew?
through.
Just making sure it's a consistent train of thought here.
Anyone that comes through.
So do you serve dinner in here?
We do. Yeah. So
You
folks
ever just come in here and go,
acoustics. They come right through that door, and then we open this, and they get served their meal.
How
for
many
dinner
people
and
do
sit
you
down.
usually have that you're feeding?
It depends. You know, summer months it increases because people bring their kids.
Sure.
They're like, hey, a free meal with my kids, you know. And then in the winter as well, it increases because people don't want to be outside.
Right.
But my husband and I arrived here at the end of June, and so we've seen probably 30 to 40.
Okay, cool. That's a big deal, though. That's a huge service to offer.
It is.
Because especially right now, like, one meal
Yeah. Yeah.
costs you $30
I know.
for a meal. Like, for yourself. You go
Yeah.
out to eat, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I know.
It's crazy.
It
So,
is.
like, it really, that's awesome that you can provide that for
Yeah.
people that need that. And obviously, like, you can slam dunk if you need to.
Do you get a lot of volunteers coming out to help out
We
with the
do.
stuff?
Honestly, our soup kitchen is run primarily with volunteers. Whether
Okay.
they're volunteers from our church or just, you know, faithful volunteers for the Salvation Army
And
over the
is that
years.
the majority of who's here? All volunteer? Or do you have
Anytime
paid
we're
employees?
doing like an event, we do have paid employees, like our social worker in our pantry and Carol back there, who has been here forever. She keeps our building so nice and clean, and she also runs the soup kitchen on Fridays.
Very
so.
cool. Very
But other than that, we run off of volunteers.
Awesome.
So do people have to sign up for that, or is it
Yes.
okay?
So with the world we live in, we can't just have
Anybody.
Joe Schmo come in and be working with the children.
Sure. You gotta do some background,
the
probably.
Salvation Army does
Yeah.
have a process in
Yeah.
place where they have to apply to become a volunteer, and that involves background checks and reference checks and that. And then once they're kind of on that list, then they're cleared to help with whatever.
Sure. Sure. Well, it's definitely a huge endeavor. Is this the biggest part of the building right
This
here?
is the biggest like functional space,
Okay,
you know.
okay.
We used this just last week. We did a harvest party for the community where kids came in their costumes, and we had games lined up all around, and
that's
face paint, and
awesome.
popcorn and cotton candy, and all free to the community. We did our back to school event in here
Very
at the end
cool.
of the summer, where they're getting a backpack, school supplies, a gift card for their shoes. And then a gift card for haircuts, and then we had clothes out where the parents could, you know, like pick what they wanted.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of like that first outfit, you know, back to school.
Yeah, well, that's really neat. That's like a huge, it's a huge offering to the community. It really is. In so many ways.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that you don't touch on here. You know, you're providing food, you're providing clothes,
Yeah.
you're providing shelter and help with utilities. That's really, well.
There's a lot that goes on in the building.
So, and you
yeah.
manage this?
Yes, my husband.
Oh my lord. Literally, that's just, oh gosh, that's a lot. And you've been here since June?
Yes, we were stationed in New Jersey with the Salvation Army
Really?
before this.
And are you from Ohio originally?
No, my husband is.
Oh.
His parents are Salvation Army officers as well.
Okay.
So he was born in Sandusky, Ohio.
Okay.
And then his parents kind of moved all over Northeast Ohio.
So how did you marry him and then get wrapped up in the Salvation Army? Is that
No,
what happened?
my
Was this some sort
family-
of the trick? No, I'm just
No.
kidding. He was like, would you like to help us in non-promise? But first you have to, you know.
I grew up in the Salvation Army as well. My
Okay.
my parents are from England, which is where
Really?
the Salvation Army actually started.
Cheerio.
There you go. And so my dad grew up in the Salvation Army. My mom grew up Catholic, and then she kind of ended up involved with the Salvation Army through my
Sure.
dad. And then my dad got a job in New York City, actually running the music and arts department in Manhattan. So he did that for like 40 years.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So I grew up going to the Salvation Army. I grew up in their music programs.
That's how you know all about the tambourine.
All about the tambourine.
You were like,
I'm telling
I've
you,
been
Google
there,
it.
I've done it, I've tambourine so hard. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, so my parents weren't pastors in the Army, but they did attend the Army.
So
as
how
a
long have you been
church.
married?
That's a great question.
You know, should I ask your
8
husband?
years.
I was like,
8 years.
I won't tell him that was what
We
you
just
said.
had our 8th anniversary at the end of September.
Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so, but this is, you haven't even had a full year here yet.
No,
Wow.
we're going into our first Christmas season, which you know is like
Yes.
crazy time.
Which we're trying to make big for
yes,
you.
it's
this year.
gonna
We
be
are.
awesome. So imagine this room as a toy shop. That's what's going to happen.
Really?
So with COVID, you know, they were pre-bagging up all the items and like driving through and just getting it in their car.
Yeah.
but I'm done with the drive-through programming. I'm like, I don't care if they have to wear a mask or what. We're doing this in person this year.
I think we're all
So
ready for
that
that.
I know.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
they'll come through. The hallway will be decorated. The classroom will be for the kid. Like if they bring a kid, they're not supposed to bring a kid, but if they do, they have to.
Because it happens.
They'll have like, you know, cookie decorating and like elf playing or something like
That's so
that.
nice. You have a backup plan for that.
Well, yeah, because we want them to be entertained,
Sure.
you know, and we
Yeah.
don't want them to come in and see, you know, mom and dad are getting all the toys from the Salvation Army.
Exactly.
So they'll come through with a volunteer, the parent, and they'll be able to shop for their children, pick out their own gifts, and then they can run, put it in their car, then come back and grab their kid, and the kid has no idea that, you know,
amazing.
Santa or mom and dad, you know, whatever.
Just like
Getting it
nothing
from the
happens.
Salvation Army.
I just
Exactly.
went decorated some cookies. I had
Exactly.
no idea. That's smooth. Smooth.
So-
Salvation Army's helping
Exactly.
you be a good Santa.
That's right.
That's awesome.
So that'll be 2 days. We'll be doing the toy shop for 2 days. Everybody has already signed up.
What is that?
December. I get it for you so I don't give you the wrong
That's all right.
information. 15th and 16th.
Okay.
That's the toy shop.
And then, because you guys stopped taking donation for Toys for Tots, at what date? Is it the 10th?
I am not sure what
Okay,
day we
so
stopped.
we'll figure that out.
Yes. So the 15th and 16th is when the toy shop happens, and then we have another program. So in addition to the toy shop, some folks are selected for what we call Adopt a Family. Now the difference with that is a company or a church or a family, whoever, they'll adopt the whole family rather than just the children. So if their family needs, maybe mom needs a toaster oven or, you know, whatever. And maybe there's an older child, like an 18-year-old who is not going to get little toys, but they want cologne or whatever, you know. And so they provide something for the entire family, and then that distribution is separate from the
And
toy
that's called
shop.
Adopt a Family.
Adopt a Family.
And that's a big initiative too, I assume.
It is
There's
very
even
big.
more stuff you have to store,
Yes,
more
yes.
stuff you have to organize.
So they drop off, the donor drops off their items for the family on the 19th. And then on the 20th, the families come in to pick up their stuff.
That's amazing.
It's a quick flip in here
Yeah.
from toy shop to Adopt a
this
Family.
place just,
Yes.
like, overnight.
It's amazing how quickly this changes. We had the harvest party, and then all the volunteers, when it was done, boom, back. Because Friday morning we had, you know, the soup kitchen. It was like nothing ever happened in here.
you must have amazing people.
They're wonderful.
That is. You
There's
can
like
tell, yeah.
there's a saying in the Salvation Army that volunteers are the army behind the army, because like we could not function at the capacity that we do with 5 staff, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And so we really depend on our
Well,
volunteers.
that's amazing, and you definitely have a lot to show for it in the community.
Yeah.
Then, if you've got this many people who
Yeah,
they do
it's
rely on
wonderful.
you,
Yeah.
you know, and that's pretty cool. And so, I guess what I would ask you then too, coming from New Jersey to Ohio, how is that for you?
Very different.
And where's your accent?
Ah,
No, I'm just kidding.
I grew up in New York.
Where is that accent then?
I don't think I have any accent. Everybody that talks to me, they're like, you don't have one.
You don't. You're a very disappointing New Yorker to me.
I'm
just kidding.
I
I'm
talked
so-
to my brother, and he's like, "Whoa, the coffee." But not me. I never picked it up. I don't know.
You were like, I know diction,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to be losing it anytime soon.
So prior to coming to Massillon, we were stationed in Camden, New Jersey, which is right across the bridge from Philadelphia.
Okay.
And Camden was ranked one of the most dangerous cities in America, which is right where the Salvation Army should be, right? Like helping those that are in need. So they actually have a really unique facility. It's called a Kroc Center. Ray and Joan Kroc, they founded McDonald's.
Oh.
She built a Kroc Center in her hometown of San Francisco, California.
One of those sands. in California.
And she loved it so much that in her will, she left like $1.9 billion to create these all across the United States.
Wow.
So the one in Camden was actually the last one created. It's like the 26th Kroc Center.
Okay.
And think of like the YMCA times like 10.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So like full indoor water park,
Oh my
swim
gosh.
lanes, fitness center, a black box theater, also the church, also social services, after school programs, summer day camp, like it's a massive community center.
Yeah.
And so we came from that which was entirely different. You know, like you've got a team of Salvation Army officers, not just two. You've got like a whole crew
So
there.
you have a lot more on your plate here, maybe.
Yeah, it is very different. It's very different.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we loved it, but it, you know, the culture of everything in New Jersey is very different. Than
Yes, a little slower pace too.
A lot
Maybe a little
slower.
less danger.
Yeah. I enjoy driving in Ohio. I thought I'd be really annoyed, like, hurry up. I love it. I will take it any day over
Because
New
it's a
Jersey.
leisurely drive,
Yeah.
and you're not. You know,
It's not like running people
you were
off the
losing your
road.
Christian values when you were driving to New
Seriously,
Jersey. That's
you
what
have
was
to pray
happening.
before you get in the car.
Well, good. I'm glad this saved your soul coming to
It
Ohio.
sure did.
Oh my gosh.
Promised land, right?
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful.
But we love it. We
Yeah.
do. Our kids love it. We love it. For my husband, it's home. You know.
Yes. So, I guess if somebody wants to get involved, what are the steps they should take to get involved here?
Contact us here at
Okay.
the Massillon Salvation Army. There are lots of Salvation Armies, so if you live near another one, you know, that's totally fine. But if you go through our main page, you'll kind of have to like sift through. But if you come right to us, it'll be quicker, you know, the process. So if somebody's interested in volunteering, they would contact us. We'd give them a site to fill out their information, which would then run the background check. And then once they're cleared, we would give them a variety of opportunities for service. Say they're interested in soup kitchen, or they're interested in helping in the pantry, or with the diapers, you know, whatever it is that it looks
Whatever
like.
or
Or however frequent. Sometimes we just have folks, they come in, we do a Thanksgiving Day meal. And so a lot of people, all the same people every year, that's their one thing. They come in on Thanksgiving, they help cook, they serve it, they clean it up, and then they go and be with their families.
That's amazing.
Which is wonderful.
And it's such,
Again.
and that's a big deal to spend the holiday doing
Yeah,
that, and,
it
and
is.
to serve others like that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And it's just amazing anytime you can serve others in general.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we all have these gifts, right? We all have the abilities, and what are you doing with them?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's really cool. I'm very impressed. As always, another impressive thing. Everywhere
I
we
do
go-
have a lot more room to
Oh
show
my
you.
gosh! All right. I don't think she could be any more impressive.
No, stop. Stop.
She's like, it's all in a day's work. We do all of these things. It's no big deal. There's a step stool if you need it.
Yeah, in case you can't reach, you know. This is our newest little project. It's not quite done yet, okay. But we have a program with preteens and teens, and then we also have a program for like men's club.
Okay.
And so we've been working on redoing this space to make it like a fun little functional space for the older gentlemen, and then to be able to flop it and use it for the kids, you know. the teens.
Yes, like a dual purpose
Yeah, so they,
situation.
you know,
So
the
how
guys
would
have their coffee bar, and
Would this be like when would this be used?
so the men come in on Wednesdays. They
Okay.
meet at the same time as women. So the women are over there, and then the men are in here, and that's Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. And then we do a program with our preteens and teens, and that's on a Friday.
All right, very cool. Yeah, this is a very
Yeah, it's
purpose.
fun. We're not quite finished yet, but we're getting there.
See, the Salvation Army is more than just bells.
That's right.
And more
A
than
lot
just
more.
toys. Let me tell you what. You're really providing something really cool for so many different age groups and demographics, and that's amazing because sometimes, here's the other thing, women and children are always highly thought of, men are usually not.
You're right. It's true.
And like I say that like thinking of the Titanic every time. Like all I can think of is like nobody let any of those men on that life raft. But you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, like it's true. It's like one of the like, and it's hard for men because pride gets in the way, right? So like you have men who are coming in for, you know,
really just fellowship.
Yeah.
They just like to be together. It's not like the women. The women's programming is like planned out to a T. Like,
of course,
who's serving snacks and what are we doing, a craft or an activity, or are we doing exercise or whatever. The men, they just want a space, you know. They just want to be able to hang out or maybe watch whatever game is on, or have coffee or play games or darts or whatever. So this is just a space for them.
Very
to
cool.
just
Very
hang
cool.
out, you know.
Indeed. Well, you guys have definitely achieved some amazing stuff. That's.
It's what we're here for.
Yeah,
It's what we're here for.
I'm like, wow, I'm overwhelmed. Like, I'm overwhelmed because of, like, I know what we at Progressive do for the community, and then I think, like, oh, it's not even an ounce. It's not even an ounce of what you're doing for the community. Like,
Yeah, but
oh
you
my
guys
gosh.
helping then allows, nonprofits.
Well, that's true.
and
That's true.
churches
And then we all
do
have to
what
work
they do.
together to make anything happen.
Exactly.
But it's just amazing that this can be a central hub for so many services for so many
Yeah.
people. And like even when we were driving up here, we were like, whoa, we did not know this building was as big as it is.
It is
And
a beautiful
we
building.
were
yeah.
really impressed, and we were really, I'm impressed with the mission,
Yeah.
but very cool. And you should be very proud of yourself as well. I tell everybody that. But I think I'm like, every time we interview somebody, I'm like, I'm impressed by you. I'm proud of you. I hope you are proud of you too. And I sincerely hope that, because
Aw.
it's a big mission. And for doing it
Yeah.
as long as you have and as long as your husband has, you must be all right.
No, we try our best. There's a lot of great people that come alongside that
For
make
sure.
everything possible.
For
so.
sure. Well, do you have anything that you want people to know that's a need that you guys specifically have right now, or any message that you want to share? Just this is your
Sure.
other than you've shared so much already.
Platform.
Yeah,
No,
this
I'm
is your chance to hit us up with that.
Well, we're coming into our biggest time of fundraising for us. And everybody sees that at Christmas, but that is what really helps us to operate year round.
Sure.
So this is our big time. We're thinking big time with serving people, but also big time to bring in funds
Right.
to continue to serve people. So when you see the bells out or whatever, if you want to ring, there's a little plug.
Oh, if you want to ring.
We do competitions, with like companies, like they'll stand at two different doors or two different places, and who will make more,
Okay.
or police and fire department,
Yeah.
some fun stuff like that
Sure.
to get people
Absolutely.
excited. But
So, and those funds take you throughout the rest of the year. That's a
They
big
do.
fundraising
It's-
time for
it's
you.
a huge-
Yeah.
it's our
And
biggest
this is
time.
all, because you got to remember, all these services that they offer are free.
yes,
So
nothing is
you
a
can't,
charge.
you can't do that. You can't work.
Yeah.
You can't maintain this kind of
Yeah.
thing without that. So that's a
Yeah.
big deal. So absolutely, that's a very honorable initiative. No doubt.
We have a lot of great people in Massillon that just support the work that we do, and that couldn't happen. We couldn't do what we do without
Sure.
others. So
Well,
we're
we
so
definitely
grateful.
hope to provide you a big haul this year.
Toys.
We're gonna try to fill 2 pickup trucks
Wow,
full of
that's
toys. That's what our hope
incredible.
is. That's what our hope is. So our hope is to fill 2
That's so
pickup trucks
wonderful.
and get it so that maybe your life's a little easier.
That would be wonderful.
We're gonna try anyways.
Yeah, just imagine the toy shop.
Yeah, just
I'm
imagine that.
surprised.
That needs to be filled. So fill 2 trucks.
Needs
Got
to be
it.
filled,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is there any particular days or things you do need more volunteers for?
We would love volunteers to help chauffeur our clients through for Christmas. for the
Okay.
toys.
Okay.
That is like one of the most rewarding volunteer experiences.
Oh, for
'cause,
sure.
Come on, you're coming in and you're helping mom or dad or grandma
Yes.
pick out toys for their kid. You're alleviating that stress of, oh my gosh, I can't afford this for my children. All of that.
And chauffeuring, what does that entail?
So you would you have a clipboard that has their children's names and how old they are,
Okay.
and then you just walk them through to help them find, whatever
out.
toy it is.
Yeah.
Help them pick out like the stocking stuffers and
Okay.
that. Just make it like an enjoyable experience for them. We'll
Uh-huh.
have like hot chocolate out there and probably popcorn or cookies or something fun. for
Lure
them.
people with food.
How
And
do
the smell of
people
popcorn.
sign up to shop?
Receive.
Yeah, at your toy store. How do people
So
sign up?
we did it all digitally this year, all
Okay.
online. And so for the entire month of October, it was open for folks to apply. And that went out like to all the schools, because the schools have like, I forget what it's called, like a CARES program
Yeah,
type thing.
yeah.
Where they have an advocate that's like looking for resources and stuff for their children. So that went out to all the schools, all the churches, all the soup kitchen, everybody in the area.
Yeah.
And so they signed up. We have, I checked this morning, I think we were at like 320 families. And then now
that's
that
amazing.
site is now closed because we're into November. But if people call in and they're like, listen, I missed it, whatever,
Yeah.
we do have a wait list that we operate. So that way, after who, already signed up is served, we can offer to them as well. So,
Well, I do have one question.
Yes,
now.
go for it.
So you obviously have been attached to this for a very long time.
yes.
What are you most proud of? Ooh. I need to know because you've done a lot. I need to know what you're most proud of. She's like, oh my gosh, I just can't answer that, you know?
I don't know. I mean, like the whole mission of the Salvation Army is to meet human needs in Jesus' name, because we're a Christian organization, without discrimination. And I think that you don't always get that everywhere you go.
Sure.
Sometimes it's exclusive to certain people or criteria, but it's not that here. Like, you don't have to be at a certain level to receive something. It's you come in, you need help, we're here for you. And we do that because we love Jesus, and that's what our aim is to do here on earth. And so I love that we can be twofold with that we can use our faith to then help others.
That is a wonderful answer.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful answer to say what you're proud of. And then you know it's sincere, you know that it means a lot, and you know it's obviously like hit home for you in such a deep way. So I am very impressed, and I think you're absolutely right to serve completely, wholeheartedly. What is the need? Whatever it is.
And that's like
no discrimination.
It's so awesome because like you get people who just coming off the street and they're like, I don't know what to do, but I know you're the Salvation Army. And we're like, okay, what's wrong? How can we help you? What can we do? And like, where else can you do that? You know, like where you just have the resources and the connections in the community to help in whatever, you know, they come in.
Absolutely.
For, so.
The word like valiant is like, it's such a valiant effort. Like is what it's like.
We try.
So that's awesome. All right. Well, thank you for having us here. Thank you for showing us the facility and just answering all of our questions.
Happy
And
to.
so much knowledge I never realized. Everything
a lot of
you
people.
guys do.
Yeah.
I really haven't.
Well, and this will be
Beautiful
great
thing.
because I think people will get to see a little bit behind the scenes where they maybe are too scared to ask to, or just didn't know. And this is another hidden gem in Massillon. That's all I can say because I'm not originally from Massillon, but I did not know Massillon had what Massillon has as the resources or as the city that it's a community that's unbelievably close and unbelievably involved. So like for us to do that and get to come out and like see what's making it happen is really special, and we just thank you so much. So absolutely. Well, that was locally owned and locally grown.
You must love it.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
This is Stevie Day.
This is like Esmeralda.
More people would donate if you did this on the corner instead of ring that bell. Hey! Put your money in there! Hey!
You gotta go to New York City for that. They have like big speakers and they dance to like Mariah Carey on the street corner. Oh,
He's laughing at us.
It is serious. He's gonna say, why do you have the timbrel? Why do you have the timbrel?
Oh, I love it. That was great.
You can come here and do this for free.
For free.